Good morning, YouTube. How are you all? It's Friday the 21st of July. It's 2017 and my name's Jan Silver. I've been video logging my journey to and beyond a gastric bypass. I can't help keep playing with my hair even though there's very little of it. Doesn't look like it, but believe me, it's thin and fine at the moment. I had my gastric bypass 18 weeks ago today. This channel is predominantly about weight loss surgery. I'm feeling a little bit of a funk today. I think there's many reasons why I am. I feel quite moody and grouchy, and I have got shingles, as I told you all at the beginning of the week. I felt absolutely fine, been quite energetic the last couple of days. I drove to France yesterday with my husband, had a wonderful day. My blisters are about to pop today, so they're slightly achy and they hurt. So it's probably one reason. I'm probably premenstrual. I didn't wash my hair yesterday. For those of you who know, the ongoing hair loss saga the struggle is fucking real. I didn't wash my hair yesterday because we got up so early. I just put it up. And for me, unlike other people, my hair seems to, if I don't wash it daily, it's a worse hair loss. So today, this is the amount, again, how much I've lost out of my hair. And I don't know, I just keep thinking to myself, it can't carry on like that, can it? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked at enough to statistics to see how many people have actually lost their hair to the point that they need a wig. And yes, it looks like I've still got lots and lots there. But it is what it is, and I can't do anything about it. But yeah, after not washing it, that's a lot of hair today. I hoped it would start to slow down like Pinky Rosh's or whatever, but clearly mine, I'm going to be very, very unfortunate in that respect. So my point today isn't about me. My point today is another reason I'm in a bit of a funk. I follow a few guys and girls on YouTube for different things, not just weight loss surgery related, but there's a fellow YouTuber that I watched last night, and they are highly respected. They've got thousands of viewers, subscribers, and people look to them for advice and inspiration. And I don't know, I think something they said last night really touched a nerve with me, and not even what they said, it's the way they said it. And I've done these videos before where I've said, oh, I can't follow this person, I can't follow that person. But today I've unfollowed this person because their YouTube was basically mocking a certain type of person, and the subject, for instance, was, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't do that, but if they watch this, maybe they'll understand a little bit more about why it touched a nerve. The subject was alcoholism, which is close to my heart. Why? My dad was an alcoholic and died in the year 2000. My mother is an alcoholic. I don't speak to her, but that's not the point. So alcoholism is and has been a massive part of my life. Transfer addiction is real. For those of you that don't know what transfer addiction is, please go and Google it and maybe educate yourself a little bit on that. I don't know enough about transfer addiction to come to you and talk about it in any form. Anything that I say on my channel is purely my own opinion, and I'm not a medical expert. I'm not a expert in absolutely anything apart from my life, and half the time I'm not a fucking expert in that either. So I think my point is, this person talked about something that she knows very little about. And it came across to me, when you're mocking a certain addiction, or you're comparing that addiction to your own addiction and saying that an alcoholic or a drug addict addictions aren't as bad as a sugar addiction or a food addiction. I don't buy that crap. I think it's really disrespectful and highly offensive to anybody that might be watching their channel that struggles with any addiction. For instance, let's try and put it in a different way, and I'm probably just coming across because I'm in a funk, and I'm in a really bad fucking funk. But it's probably, how can I put it? Let's say, if one of you guys asked me to do a talk on car mechanics, Jan, could you please do a 10-minute YouTube video on the carburettor in my car? No, guess why? Because I know fuck all about it, so I'm not going to talk to you guys about it. If you came to me and said, Jan, could you talk about how you gave up smoking and how you kicked that addiction 7 years ago? Can you talk about how it felt from your point of view? Yes. Yeah. I could talk to you about that because I firsthand know what that's all about. Number one, an addiction. Number one, smoking, quitting, how it makes you feel, how you go into a really deep, dark depression. If you came to me and you said, Jan, could you talk to me, please, about sugar addiction or being £300? No, I can't talk to you about that because guess what? I haven't personally been there. I haven't had that issue. I don't have a sugar addiction. I don't have an issue with being £300. I was 200 and whatever pounds. I don't really work in pounds. I'm doing this to be kind of a broad spectrum, I guess. I just think that when you're talking about really delicate subjects such as alcoholism, drug addiction, sugar addiction, don't come at it from a point of view that you're an expert. Don't sit in front of your viewers with fucking Dr. Google telling you what you need to read out. Transfer addiction is this, because I don't buy that shit either. We can all Google that. Don't come up with, so I would talk to you about weight loss surgery because I'm a gastric bypass patient. I could tell you exactly how I feel at each stage of the way with that. I could tell you what this fucking feels like, hair loss. Only my own personal opinion of it because it's real and this is my journey. But I couldn't talk to you about heroin addiction. And I'm not going to because it's not that. I've never been a heroin addict. So I'm not going to talk about it, transfer addiction. And it's not only close to my heart with alcoholism, my husband's sister, she was a heroin addict who then transferred her addiction into alcohol and sadly passed away at a really young age. So don't come at me ever or anybody that your sugar addiction is worse than anybody else's. I worked in a hospital as a healthcare assistant and then I did start to study as a midwife. I've told you all this before. And I worked on a high dependency ward in a hospital here in Berkshire, high dependency maternity ward, and that catered for women that came in with HIV giving birth, that catered for people that had infectious diseases, that catered for people that were drug addicts. And to watch a woman giving birth to a baby that they know is going to be addicted to the substance they've been putting in their body, and they're judged on that every second that they're in that ward, broke my heart, to be honest. So you cannot tell me that a sugar addiction or a food addiction is worse than that mother who doesn't want to harm her baby, but she has no choice because that addiction is real for her. You see, can you see where I'm heading with it? I feel really passionate about this, and I just wouldn't ever come to you and discuss a subject that I knew that little about. I don't like watching YouTubes with people that are driving their car while they're doing it. And I've said this before. It's because in England, this is illegal. Not only illegal, I think every single one of you know it's dangerous. Our lives are full of the media, whether it be social media, whether we've got the news on in the background, whether there's news flashes here, there and everywhere. So don't tell me that while you're driving your car, you don't know you're putting yourself at risk. So that's my take on it. And I choose not to watch those YouTubes because that's my personal take on it. And it's because of a safety reason. I choose not to watch people or follow people that are advertising smoking drugs. I don't have an issue with people that smoke marijuana. But I choose not to. And I think I'm making a bit of a stand in saying I'm choosing not to follow people that talk shit, actually. Yes, it can be funny and it can be entertaining at times, but don't knock a situation that you know nothing about. And I have said this before. God, I'm really on one, aren't I? If you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And it has affected me. Like I said, I couldn't watch it and not be affected. And I don't know how your thousands and thousands of followers are all okay with it. There's got to be other people that just went, hang on a minute, you know, coughing under your breath because alcoholic. Really? You did a video not so long ago. Oh, I'm not going to get personal. I'm not going to get personal with this. So I've unfollowed them. And I have written them a comment on their video because I found it so highly disrespectful. Disrespectful for my father, who died in the year 2000 because of his alcoholism. He didn't choose to be an addict of alcohol. He didn't, you know, and I drink, and I've not made any bones about that. And possibly prior to surgery, I've made many a joke in the past that I was a functioning alcoholic. You know, it's not to say that I wouldn't have had a bottle of wine every single night. And I'm not stopping that now. I'm not having a bottle of wine. My bypass won't allow it. But the whole point is, it touched a nerve with me, and I'm just not comfortable with that. So, you know, and if anybody on here, anybody following my journey, and you know, you want anything but the truth from me, this isn't the place for you, because I feel really strongly about injustices, or when people are knocked and it's not their fault, or they don't choose to have it. You know, I didn't choose to have my hair loss. I chose to have my bypass, but I didn't choose to have my hair loss. I didn't choose to become an addict to smoking, but I did. You know, my dad didn't choose to become an addict to alcohol, but he did. And, you know, you don't choose those. You don't wake up one day and just suddenly go, hey, I think I'm going to become a heroin addict today. Yeah, I'm going to join that gang. Come on. You know, nobody's addiction can compare or outweigh the other. There's no fucking competition in this, and that was my issue, my complete issue with it. You know, from one that has been touched, our lives, me and my husband's lives, totally touched. He still has a sister that's alive that is an alcoholic, that is in rehab as we speak at the moment in Australia. So, you know, don't come at us and say that a food addiction is worse than any other addiction, because it's not. So there you go. That's my story today, and I'm really sorry I've ranted for just over 12 minutes, and I'm not sure I'm going to post this yet, but I'll have a look and see. It's probably my worst rant, and I'll watch it back and check that I'm not being personal. It's not a personal attack at anybody. This is just, if you've got nothing nice to say, nothing respectful, shut your mouth then. You know, really practice what you preach, maybe. And, you know, if you were a anyway, guys, I hope your day's better than mine. I am going away in Aggie tonight. We're taking Piju for her maiden voyage, and hopefully now I've got this all off my chest, I can feel a little bit lighter. So anyway, have a good day. Bye.